Hey, Harvey here. Nice to meet you. Hoping to share some ideas on how to learn some things about the fingerboard. There's this word called CAGED, C-A-G-E-D. Each one of those letters indicates a chord up the neck, and they connect. And so the idea we're shooting for is to try and get the same sound of a chord all the way up the neck. And so I'll kind of demo that right now. First we have a C, okay? And so you notice that we use 3 frets here. The first fret, second fret, third fret on a C. Well, right here, if we use a capo, okay, we put it right on the third fret, right there. And so C is the first letter of that word, caged, C, and so the next letter would be an A. So we have the capo right here on the third fret, and check this out. Okay, so that's an A form, and listen to that. It sounds like the same chord as the C right there. So an A right there is the same chord as a C right here. C, A, okay? So you notice that we affected the strings right here on the third fret. That's where we put the capo, right there. See that? We're gonna now place the capo right here where the A form was. See right there? That's on the 5th fret is where we'll place the capo. And the word caged, C-A-G, is our next chord. So right after here, we have this placed right where the A was sitting. And now I'm going to play a G right here. And again, it's the same chord. Isn't that just amazing? So up on the 5th fret, a G sounds the same as a C down here. Isn't that pretty cool? Okay. And so now I'm going to capo right there. See, that's where the G was sitting. I'm going to go ahead and put a capo right there. And let's see, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, was that 8th fret? 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 8th fret. So that would be C-A-G-E is the next chord. See how that works? Put an E right there. And so what's the next one? The last letter in that word is D. And so this is the highest where we affect that, the strings. Right there is where I would put a capo. And what's the chord I'm going to use? C-A-G-E, D. And those are all different ways to play C up the neck. C, A, G, E, and D. Okay, so let's go a little bit farther with that. This word wraps around, and so we can use anything. In fact, let's just start with E just for fun. E, C-A-G-E. The next chord is D. I could put a capo there. See, start with E. You can put a capo here, and D comes next. Well, this is where there's the rule changes, because ordinarily the highest place where we affect the string is where we'd place the capo. From D to C, when it wraps around, is the only place that changes, because we're going to place the capo here because this is the first part of the C chord. I'll demo that right now because that's the way this looks. See how that works? So that's a C. And so when we put a capo on there from D to C, when it wraps around, we're going to place a capo there, and then from here on we do that same. Okay, C, A, and then G. All right, so that's how that works. I went on to, I call this CAGED 2.0 because we're going to be looking at something else at this point. And that is, we're going to look at D, the D chord. Take a look at that. We're only putting fingers on the first 3 strings. these two strings are unaffected. So those notes, and I'm not even going to try and remember what they're called, but those are in the key of D no matter what it is. And so if I can find another way to play D up the neck, all I have to do is use these three strings here. See, I don't even have to muck with those two because I can leave them hanging there. They'll be in D no matter what, okay? And so what I'm going to do is find a different way to play D up the neck here. So C-A-G-E-D, right? So we're going to go with C. And this is interesting because those three first finger strings, I'm using the same kind of thing. So there's nothing I can do with that. A C and a D are the same. But take a look at this. Okay, C, A, right here. Up on the 5th fret, I'm going to do this. Grab a capo, put it on the 5th fret, and play an A. Okay? And so watch very carefully. We're going to be dealing only with these three strings right here. Okay? This first string is affected right there. So we need to have a finger down there. And then we need to have two fingers right here for the whole A would like that. To be like that, but we're only going to mess with two of those strings. So the way I play it is like this. I bar three of those strings. I put two of them down there. And the reason I bar that, I'll show you right now, because there's something I can do with this little finger. Watch this. And if I had this only on one string, this is the way that would sound. If I bar it, okay, so that's the way that is. All right, so we have D there. This is an A form of a D right there. And so, in CAGED, after CA, we have a G coming up next. So here's C, A, and I'll put a capo right there, and we'll be playing a G chord right here. And again, all I'm going to worry about is these three strings here, okay? And so I would bar right there, see that? And this is the only one I'm going to mess with, is that little finger right there. So that's the way that works. So here we go. Let's try that out. To do the full chord, it'd be like this, Jobby. Come on, Harv. There you go. And so if I just do a modified, that's it. So we have a D here, we have a D here with the A, instead of an A, that's on the 5th fret. See how that works? So three strings down, that's kind of a modified A right there. See what I'm doing? If I slide this up to that spot, so up 7, 5, 6, 7, then I go up, I skip 2 frets, put my pinky right there instead of a G. We're just going to do this jobby. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put a capo right here now. See, that's where my little finger was, right there. And so CAGED, C-A-G. What's our next letter in CAGED? That's E, right? Okay, we're going to pop an E right there. See? And again, we're only going to worry about those first 3 strings. See? And so an E, I take off those 2, and that's literally it. Those are the 3 strings I'm going to be working with. See how that works? And so, when I take this capo off, I slide this back, bar those 3, pop that 1 on instead of the whole chord there. I'm just going to be working with those 3, and that's the way that works. And the beautiful part is you don't have all your fingers locked down, so you can do some extra little mucking around there. that kind of thingy. So there's that. So that's the E form, right? So let's review. We got a D here, up 5, D here, so that's an A form. Remember, bar, add 2 fingers. We're going to slide this up 2 more, and this is like a G. Remember, A, G, right? And there it is. See, 3 fingers, 3 notes or strings down there. Add your little finger there. Then I'll slide up to where that little finger is. Pop 3 fingers, put that first finger down instead of the full E. There it is, okay? And so the next thing in order would be a D right there. So that's an octave of this one. And that's it. All right. So that's pretty much what I have to share on that. And that's what I use for the D chord on utilizing the CAGED concept. I hope this is useful for you. Love to have comments and suggestions, and again, keep on having fun picking guitar. Nice to meet you. Have a good day.